Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I'm Conostep and this is going to be part 24 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Egypt. And lately in this campaign it has been pretty peaceful, I think. I mean, after taking the 3 islands of Crete and Rhodes and Cyprus, I think those were my last military actions, aggressively at least. Did someone attack me recently? I feel like I'm losing track, guys. But yeah, I know that the Mongols did take out the Turks. That I do remember. There's a chance, I suppose, that there could be another reemergence of the Turks, so maybe that can help me. But the fact that we have 3 Mongol stacks on our border, that concerns me a little bit, because the Mongols are probably the most powerful faction in the campaign right now. I'm lucky that they do not counter any glorious achievements points, so I mean, otherwise then I would have to go after them because they're doing quite well. However, they have an extensive navy. I mean, they have boats in just about like every single sea region. And the Mongols do share the same naval units as the Muslim factions, so their boats are the same as mine. They have dhows and they have baglas. They have not built any booms yet that I've seen. However, I will be working on my booms soon. I have my shipbuilders guild being built here in Antioch, and I think that is what is going to allow me to build booms. Once I have the cannon foundry, which I do, yeah, good, yep. So I'm assuming 4 more turns before I can start building booms. Yeah, that'll be nice. That will give me an edge on the water. But still, you know, that can be very devastating to my economy if a war breaks out, because then my trading lanes will be exposed until we can clear the waters of the Mongol boats. And being that we currently border their territory, that means that we would never be able to get a ceasefire with them, like an auto ceasefire, just by breaking contact with any of their borders. I would have to get a ceasefire the old-fashioned way, using my diplomats, or maybe just by killing them. That's the best way to get a ceasefire, is by killing them. I feel like I don't know. I just have a feeling that the Mongols, in my experience, it seems like once they are at war with you, it can be very difficult to get that ceasefire. And I don't know if that's just my experience or what, but that kind of just, I don't know. It just feels that way. So I don't have any confidence of getting that ceasefire with my emissaries. If that were to happen, I would have to start training assassins in bulk here in Syria, getting these, I think we're getting, what are we getting? Getting Valor 4. So Valor 3 from the Rookery, plus the 1 or 2, is it 1 or 2 from Syria? It doesn't say, but, anyway, I'm getting like 4 or 5 Valor assassins from Syria. That's pretty good. And I might just have to kind of go hunting their family members to get rid of the Mongols. Invading their territory, I mean, look at it, it's huge. You know, that would be quite the task to achieve. And while that would be happening, there is still the case of the French and the Italians, who are still beating me on points up to this point in the campaign. The French are sitting at 100 and the Italians are sitting at 104, and they are both making a fair amount of points as well. The French doing quite well. The Italians, I might catch up with at some point if we continue on this path, but that's too risky to count on, so I would assume that I would need to get, you know, dealing with them as well. The war with the Almohads have come to a standstill just because there's these rebels here that I don't want to go to war with, because I don't want to not trade with rebel provinces at this point. I saw in the last episode the Almohads did try to retake Algeria, but I mean, this is a chunky stack here, so I don't think the Almohads are going to be taking back Algeria. I don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. So I'm kind of tempted to like make a strike against the French now, to try to, you know, destabilize their region. This is something that I would do a lot in my Byzantine campaign, where I would use my navy to kind of sail on in and land, and then take out a few of their provinces, burn everything to the ground, and then leave. This is very impactful if you can go after the chapter houses that are housing or that hosted the Crusades. In this case, there's 2 French Crusades, so I could really tank that French king's influence. Now, that hasn't hurt him in the past, but that in addition to me, just kind of wrecking his provinces, although this guy's going to die soon. So maybe it's better to wait until his son comes of age, or, he dies and then his son takes over. Just because, yeah, I suppose if I'm going to do this, I want to make sure I wreck the influence of the king that's going to be around for the future. So I guess I gotta wait. Yeah, okay. I was excited. I was thinking like, let's go, let's do this, but. Yeah, I think I should wait. So that's that. I will wait. I will bide my time. It might not be long. In fact, what I can do is I can just get these armies ready because I don't need, 5 armies guarding Tunisia. Just 1 will suffice, and then I could send 4. Just 4 armies. These 4 armies that are waiting around. I could send them up to Flanders, and they can take a little tour through Champagne, Ile-de-France, and Lorraine, and Friesland. These are the 5 provinces that are not bordering other factions, so I don't have to worry about them coming in and starting a war with me. Although I look around, I'm already at war with the Italians, and I guess I just don't want to be at war with the Aragonese, because that would be another... Okay, just 1 port that I'm not trading with. Man, they haven't built ports in Brittany or Valencia. That's pretty sad. But still, just going after the provinces. I could kind of dip in here. I think, is there a chapter house in Burgundy? Yes, there is. Where else do they have chapter houses? So, Swabia as well. And nothing in Franconia, nothing in Bavaria, Saxony has a chapter house, nothing in Brandenburg, nothing in Bohemia or Austria. So Saxony and then Burgundy and Swabia. Okay, well, I guess my tour of France might go a little beyond these 5 provinces that are more inland. I might venture out and take Burgundy. I can't remember which provinces did host the Crusades that are now on my borders, so I might just have to kind of keep going until until they're both removed. I don't need to destroy every chapter house, just the as soon as I get the 2 that have spawned these Crusades, then I'm good. Yeah, then I'm good. So I can get my armies together and get ready to go. Maybe that French king dies any year now. He could be dying. I just don't want to put myself in a position where the Aragonese see a territory that I've left behind, and then they swoop in and take it, go into war with me, even though I don't intend to keep that province. And then, there we are. Now we're at war with the Aragon, even though we had no intention of that happening. So that I want to avoid, but with the French, so be it. We are already at war. German reemergence is kind of disappointing. There's really not much there. And they have to get through a fortress to fully take Switzerland. And, then what? I did kind of detail at the end of the last episode that yes, sure, they could kind of, they could run through the Italian armies here in Tyrolia and Venice. They are pretty weak armies. So that is possible, but then they have to, make sure that they don't provide an opportunity for the French to come in as well. So, if I'm kind of running shop on the French territory, then yeah, maybe that can help the Germans get a little bit of breathing room, eh? And the Poles, yeah, the Poles are struggling. Those, I really do commend their spirit. They got a reemergence and they went straight after the Mongolians. They were like, we're going, boys. And it's been tough. Yeah, they're fighting over Poland. Maybe they can take it back by sending in troops from Prussia and Silesia, but Yeah, the Mongols, they are a powerful bunch of dudes in this campaign. Yeah, they came in. This isn't limp at all. Like, they really came in and started wrecking stuff. So, yeah, they're looking pretty scary. And I would like to try to get any aggression from me against the French out of the way as soon as possible. Just because if that Mongol invasion does kick off, then it's going to be a while before the seas clear up. Meaning that I'm not going to be able to reach the French until I can, you know, win my battles against the Mongols and then redo my my shipping lines. So that would be a while. Not the end of the world. There's still a lot of time left in this campaign, but still, that's just something that would, yeah, take a bit of time to reorganize. Luckily, my brand new Sultan does have 2 sons out of wedlock. Well, no, he's married actually. So, yeah, maybe they're in wedlock. Yeah, it's different. It's different with the Muslims. But Prince Asali is 14, so he's 2 years before he becomes of age, and Prince Khalil is 7 years old, so a little while longer for him. But that's good news because Sultan Nazir I is 40 years old, so that is kind of the cusp of where you want someone to be if he's going to have sons coming on the way. So that's nice. His 4 influence is a little bit low for what I would like it to be. If I could get it up to being a little bit higher by the time Prince Asali comes of age, that would be nice, but I'm not crossing my fingers. I don't know, 2 turns is a big ask to get his influence up. Because I believe it is determining the stats of the new family members as they come of age. I believe that is, you know, determined by the current Sultan's influence. So that would be nice, but I don't think it's going to happen. I would need, I mean, it seems like influence is being gained by just passively sitting on my objectives, which is nice, but I don't know if it's going to happen fast enough. But it is going to be worth keeping an eye on, so yeah, why not? Why not keep an eye on it? A couple of turns later, and my heir has matured, Prince Asali. Yeah, I'm not too hopeful. Let's hope that I'm wrong here about how he is. Let's see, we got some improved farmland here in Syria. It's about time. I needed to finally start improving my farmland in Syria. Even though it's not going to gain me much, it's still going to be worth it in the long run. Horse breeder has been finished here in Cyrenacia. I'm trying to get +1 valor on my Saharan cavalry, in addition to the +1 valor that they are getting from the province itself. So we are working on it. Banking houses. So usury or lending money for profit is often considered a sin, but the rise of moneyed families who are prepared to lend to merchants look after those same merchants' surplus cash, and even transfer money between branches of the family in different provinces is a vital advance for the trade. So I don't know if this actually does anything. I don't know if this actually increases trade profits or what, but it might just be a bit of info there. Okay, Prince Asali. So he is a 2-star general, and his only thing that I'm seeing is secret pride, which can be bad. Oh no, this isn't. Okay, I was thinking blackmailer for some reason. Pride, yeah, -1 command isn't great, but +3 valor, like he can fight. But as you know by now, I don't like using my rulers as combat leaders just because that's dangerous. So I will try to keep him out of combat, but I want to see his loyalty. That's kind of what I'm worried about right now. What else did we got here? So this is a governor agreed, +1 acumen, -in happiness. I'll take it. Inbred, it ain't good, but you're not a governor, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, what kind of man are... Oh, that's bad. Oh, man, 1 loyalty. Damn. Yeah, so that's... I think this is what you get for 4 influence on your father. So let's immediately bring him into Arabia to hang out with Dad, because... yeah, you are going to be attached to the hip. Yeah, you are not leaving him for 1 second. No, sir. Now, something that I have wanted to experiment with, and something that I did discuss at the beginning of this campaign, is I would like to play around a little bit with jihads and using those, and by raiding the French territory, that would give me an opportunity to use my jihads, because the way they work is that they can only be launched against territories that I used to previously own. Even if it was just for a brief moment, I can then launch jihads against that province, It's my understanding that I can launch as many as I'd like, unlike the Crusades, which is one at a time. Somehow the French kind of got around that loophole, but for me, I believe that I can launch as many jihads as I want. Something that I'm really curious though, and this is also in regards to Crusades as well, is does raising the zeal, so like the idea is that we know that if you have zeal, high zeal in the provinces that Crusades and jihads pass through, then that's going to increase the amount of troops that those Crusades and jihads vacuum up from the armies that are in those provinces. But another idea that I don't know that there's ever been any definitive answer on is, does like the zeal in the province where the crusade or the jihad come from, does that increase the starting army, or at least the quality of the units in that initial starting army? Because the initial crusade units, it's only like a couple, right? It's only like 4 or 5. But sometimes you can get knights, and sometimes you get no knights, for the Crusades, that is. For the jihads, I don't even know what the range is. I'm assuming gulams, right? As the high tier, but then like maybe Ghazis or Muwahid foot soldiers as the low tier. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see if raising zeal in Arabia is something that could increase the quality of the jihads themselves. And I can also experiment with this by having, for instance, like another province. I think they can all like train jihads at this point. Yeah, you can build jihad markers. You can build, I just need a ribbot or ribat, so I don't need to have, like, it doesn't take much to build crusade markers or jihad markers. So I can experiment with this. Arabia, where are you at right now? Zeal's only 20%. It is my understanding that zeal in the Muslim provinces, at least in the eastern part of the map, I think that zeal's pretty low typically. Yeah, zeal's 11%, 15, 22, 21, 22, 22, 34 in Egypt, 15 in Cyrenaica, 25 in Tunisia. And then what about the islands? 27, 27, and 24. And then if we compare that to, like, let's try to, like, check this for a bit. Like, what about the Spanish territories? Yeah, 73%, 100%. And I don't even see any inquisitors. That's just, like, normal, I think, for these provinces, I think. 73, 100, 55. Yeah, right. And then 18, back down to the Islamic Almohads, 18%, 23, 15, 11. What about the French territories? 51, 42, 61, 63, 100. Yeah, you get the picture. Yeah. So that's the idea with that. Is the Catholics just have higher zeal in their provinces, I suppose, to reflect the fact that the Islamic society in the Middle Ages was pretty advanced in science and all that fun jazz. And I guess the whole religious fervor of the Catholics was a bit scary at times, right? Right now I'm learning about the Albigensian Crusade, and oh my, yeah, it's interesting because as someone like who doesn't really know much about the Middle Ages, you just kind of assume that, like, what are the things that we do know, or that I know, or that everyone knows without really knowing much. And one of the things that can come to mind is that, oh yeah, they were just burning people alive the whole time. But that's not necessarily the case. When people started burning people alive in the beginning of the Albigensian Crusade, that was a big turning point. That was like a moment where they were like, oh shit, we're really gonna do this? We're just gonna start burning heretics. Because like those heretics, quote unquote, to those Cathars that were in southern France, they were just like, they were like, they had friends. They were like, hey, we're just denouncing the material world, but other than that, like, whatever, man. And I get it. Like, they have their own power structure that was threatening to the Catholic Church, which is, yeah. the irony is that the Catholic Church power structure is what was threatening to the Roman Empire way back in the day. So yeah, that's how that works. But yeah, you know, when they started burning people alive, that was a big turning point for, you know, people in the Middle Ages in Europe, I guess. That was kind of like a, whoa, this is kind of messed up, guys. But yeah, I think that's kind of where that is reflected, right? And I think it was after, like, I'm pretty sure the Inquisition started after the Albigensian Crusade. Like, it was kind of from that. Was it not one of the guys that was involved in the Albigensian Crusade, like one of the religious people that kind of took that a step further and was like, hey, I really liked that whole burning people alive thing, like, and this boner is not going to last forever, so how about I just travel from town to town, finding heretics and burning them alive? Is that, you know, maybe that's a oversimplification, but yeah, it's interesting learning about that time period. Anyway, in regards to the Zeal, though, I have one way of doing it, and I have the imams who raise Islam, and that's what I've been using to kind of cause these reemergences. Not just them, but also spies and whatnot. And they also raise Zeal, which as a Muslim faction is kind of awkward, and I have talked about this before, but it's awkward because, like, these guys, like the jihads, if they're aimed towards territory that you previously owned, then it's assumed that they're not going to be traveling very far. You know, they're not going to be having a lot of turns to hoover up soldiers from provinces. And if they are, well, it's going to be your gosh darn provinces anyway. So, you know, what's the big deal? So I wonder if Zeal can be used to raise the quality or size of those initial jihads. That would be kind of fun. So I'm going to bring all these guys down to Arabia. And yeah, see what's cracking. Oh, snap. I just realized, yeah, the thing that I've always been wanting. A French Civil War has just happened. Oh, yeah, look at that. Man, I swear, that should be announced. That should be like one of the messages that you get. Because that is a big, big deal. Yeah, this is a pretty big one. The French are going to be losing Austria, and they're going to be losing, let's see, they're going to have a little fight here, not much of a fight here. They're losing a couple of units in Saxony, but they're going to be losing Austria for sure, I would imagine. And then let's see, going to only lose one unit here in Swabia, and then yeah, a couple of units up here, Archer, Ballista, so nothing too crazy. But then down here, they're going to be losing Provence. In fact, they've already lost Provence and Burgundy. And then down here, they're going to be okay as well. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So what kind of opportunities does that present? Well, right off the bat, that potentially helps the Mongols take Austria. Potentially. And who can take advantage of Burgundy? Well, the Germans have taken the fortress here in Switzerland, so it could be them, or it could be the Italians who could take it as well. I would prefer it to be the Germans, because the Italians are actually winning on points right now. And then in Provence, it could be the Italians, but man, they don't have much in these two provinces of Genoa and Milan. Just Royal Knights in Milan, and then more Royal Knights in Genoa. Genoa. Yeah. And I don't know, like, is that enough to beat this? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it is. So there's a chance that the French maybe will be able to take back Provence. Maybe. I mean, between these two armies, it looks kind of close, actually. Yeah, it's kind of close between, you know. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be much opportunity for the Aragonese to get involved here, which is too bad. I was kind of hoping that they could get an opening provided to them. I was hoping that the English could get an opening provided to them as well, but yeah, it seems like neither of those things are going to be happening. I would imagine, where is that French king? Because I would imagine that he's probably not doing pretty well right now, and I can't seem to find him. Is he? He's not under siege, is he? No, he's not under siege, so he must be hanging about somewhere. Yeah, can't get eyes on him right now. Oh, there he is. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, 1 influence. Well, that was finally it. And that's not even counting the 2, like, you know, Crusades. These still exist. So, yeah, they're dealing with the Crusade now, but with whatever happens here, and when this man dies of old age and his heir takes over, you know, we can double up on this Civil War action by, dumping on those Crusades. Either by waiting for them to go away or just by invading and taking out the chapter houses. Ooh, in fact, oh, wait. So yeah, they both still exist. Even though, so Burgundy, so yeah, their chapter house, the chapter house that was here in Burgundy was destroyed. So, you know, by the Civil War, by the rebels. So that's that. And then that's going to leave Swabia still has theirs. And then where else is it? Is Swabia and Saxony? Is that the other one? And is that it? Because if that's the case, then they got pretty lucky that a province that has a chapter house that's actually, you know, hosting a current Crusade has not been taken by rebels. Okay, well that narrows things down though. That lets me know that when I do invade, if I invade, I need to go after Swabia and Saxony. Those are going to be my my primary targets, I suppose. The Mongols have now moved on into Pomerania, and they have pushed the Byzantines out. Yes, it looks like the Byzantine Emperor wasn't there anymore. I think that the new Byzantine Emperor had been crowned down here in Anatolia. Is he down here right now? Yeah, there he is. He is in Lesser Armenia. Okay. So he did escape the wrath of the Mongols, in a sense. I mean, losing Pomerania is one thing, but they still have some holdouts here in Wallachia. Looks like... Is Wallachia bordering... Looks like it is bordering Hungary, so I think these armies could come in if they wanted to. So far, Austria... What happened here in Austria? Did the French... They got that back, didn't they? Interesting. Ooh, wow, but the Poles are going to war against the French. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the Poles are a bit feisty, aren't they? Well, good for them, yeah. I kind of doubt they're going to be able to hold it. How long is this going to last? For two turns before this keep falls? Yeah, I kind of doubt that they are going to be able to keep it, but, you know, they're causing some headaches for the French. Anyway, so the French have still, yeah, they're not going to be able to get back Burgundy and Provence anytime soon, it appears. Oh, and they lost Normandy as well. Did I miss that? Interesting. Okay, well, I hope the Germans do something here. I hope they take Burgundy. That would be nice. Up here in Antioch, I now can finally start building my booms. Yeah, look at these boats. Look pretty awesome. The boom is a Dow-like warship. It carries a small cannon as armament to bombard targets and has sufficient crew to allow boarding attacks as well. It is strong enough to meet galleys on better than equal terms and handy enough under sail to attack from most quarters. So attack of 4, defense of 3, and speed of 2. So that speed is still greater than a caravel. So a boom can catch a caravel, but a caravel is the, you know, only the second tier boat for the Catholics, right? So it's not saying much, I would say. Like, it's really the carracks. And isn't there another Catholic boat as well? The carracks and something else? I could have swore. Is it the cog? Does it go Caravel, Cog, then Carrick? Maybe? So I wonder how the boom stacks up against the Cog and the Carrick. I'm assuming the Carrick beats everything, but I wonder, can the boom go toe-to-toe with the Cog or not? I don't know. But attack at 4 is nice. It's still, you know, two more than a Bogala. The speed is going to be the same, and they have 1 more defense than the Bogala as well. So port cost is going to be a little bit more than the Bogala. 20 for the boom, 12 for the Bogala. And then it does cost an extra 300 florins. And it takes an extra turn as well. Yeah, it takes 4 turns to build a boom. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of time. But let's get going on these. Yeah, let's build at least a few of them, because I foresee a naval war against the Mongols. I don't know. I just have a feeling. Maybe it's not going to happen. But for now, I mean, I've been fighting the Italians and the French. They've been putting boats in the water somehow. I don't know where the money's coming from, but I mean, they've been putting some boats in the water. Not much, but just enough for me to, like, all it takes is like fighting a caravel and you lose a boat, you know, or every time I fight, even like fire galley, I fought a fire galley in the Adriatic that belonged to the Italians. Yeah, this one down here. And I don't know if it had 2 stars before I fought it, but it sunk both of my boats, a Bogala and a Dhow, in 1 turn. So yeah, hopefully my fleet of 3 Bogalas and 1 Dhow can get its revenge against the Italians in this turn. That would be nice. Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that money from, but yeah, in any case, getting those booms in the water will be a nice addition. Oh, wow. The Mongols. Okay, yeah. This is a little bit scary. So let's go through this first. So the French are pushing the Mongols out of Poland. Interesting. That seems like an overextension. I didn't even think they're bordering Poland. How did they... How you guys... Oh, from Brandenburg. Okay. Okay, that's how that works. And the Polish are going to retreat from the Mongols in Silesia. Goddamn, it seems like they outnumber the Mongols, but I guess the Mongols have better soldiers. I did sink that fire galley in the Ionian Sea, but I did lose one of my own boats as well. And the Golden Horde are the richest. They have the largest income. Improved farmland here in Tunisia, and then Master Swordsmith is finished here in Tripoli. Now I can finally start training Hashishin here in Tripoli as well, so that is going to be nice. And then improved farmland here in Syria as well. Citadel is finished in Rhodes. Master Merchant in Edessa. And a bunch of stuff here. Okay, nothing of too much consequence there in the vices and virtues. Now let's go to this is what happened. Right. So the Mongols, now they border me in 2 places, right? And I was getting ready to, like, you know, not get rid of, but like I was thinking like, hey, just like 1 stack will be good enough here in Tunisia. And now I'm thinking like, ooh, I need more stacks here in Tunisia. So yeah, it would be nice if they just attacked the Almohads, but yeah, I don't know. It's curious that they have not attacked me already. I've had my suspicions that not the Almohads, but the Mongols have kind of like a coding where they have to go after the player, essentially, if they can. And I thought that I've just been safe from the Mongols because I haven't boarded them up until now. And yet, here we are, having been bordered for a few turns now. They have not attacked from Armenia into Syria. But I'm holding Syria with 5 stacks, so maybe that's why. And now I'm wondering... Yeah, see, I was getting my armies together. This was going to be my Assault France armies. And I was keeping them separate from Tunisia just to, you know, make it easier for me. But I feel like I need to pull them back on in. Just to kind of, yeah, give myself a little bit of power in this region. What do they got? Got anything good? Some good, yep, there's some good heavy cav there. Get some Khwarezmian cavalry. Yep, got the steppe heavy cav, got the Mongol heavy cav, got some weapon upgrades, got some armor upgrades. Mongols are looking stacked. Man, yeah, they're looking good. Mongol horse archers as well. What about their generals? They got a 7-star general here? God damn. Oof. Oh, man. Charismatic leader. +3 morale. Skilled attacker, skilled defender. Jesus Christ. He's going to be an 8-star general when he attacks, or if he attacks, or defends. Damn. Lord Jibdun. That dude is scary. And they got more too. You know, there's another, here's a 5-star. It's just a 1-man unit. Lord Temujin. 5 stars. Skilled last stand. How about that? You don't see that very often. He's a specialist in defending when outnumbered more than 2 to 1. +1 command to command in this situation. Skilled defender, so +1 command when defending. Retreats often, so -1 loyalty and -4 morale. Interesting. So loyalty is fine, but the -4 morale, that hurts. And then -2 valor as well, so, you know, he should be easy to kill in battle. And we got a 3-star here as well. Natural leader, so +2 morale. Expert attacker, so +2 command when attacking. So he's going to be a 5-star when he attacks. But really, I mean, it's just, you know, this guy's the big kahuna that we have to worry about. And this castle is going to fall in 2 turns. Yeah, that was a decent army too. Like a decent rebel army. So yeah, that's a little bit nerve-wracking. A little bit nerve-wracking. I'm still making 2,000 florins per turn. Yeah, I'm clutching my pearls at this point. I'm clutching my pearls. I want to make sure. Don't rob me. I will kill you though. No Byzantine bishops allowed in my territory, please and thank you. Yeah, it's a little. That's interesting. I wonder. I mean, I have a lot of armies on the field, you know, on the map, so I should be fine. It's gonna be the navies though. The navies are a little bit dodgy. Like I have a lot, but so do they. But I am currently building booms here in Cyprus. I got Baglas coming in the Crete and Rhodes, and I have booms in Tripoli, Antioch. Tripoli, let's start getting to more Hashishin. Yes. Aha. Now the Mongols are attacking the Italians as well. You know, gosh, if they want to attack everyone but me, I'm just going to let them do my work for me, you know? This is okay. I mean, the Italians have such trash soldiers, like, it's not going to take much to dunk all over them. So, yeah, Abur el Muiz has died of old age. We got an Inquisition in Aquitaine. Okay, no big deal. Inquisition in Silesia. Interesting. Yeah, these new Poles aren't probably going to last too long, I don't think. And I have caught an enemy assassin here in Palestine. Interesting. Bell Foundry finished in Palestine. And the... oh, finally! Hey, finally! The Almohad Khalifa has sent an emissary, and he suggests that we end the unfortunate hostilities. Well, what a novel idea. It's almost like I came up with that first. Yes, sure, I will accept the offer. I have no intentions of going after them anymore. At this point, let's see, you are a drinker, -1 command, and then you are a humanist, -4 piety and +4 acumen. Well, you are not a governor, though. That's unfortunate. How much you got? You got a lot. You should be a governor. Yeah, I should probably do the rounds and look at my current governors and see if there's any that can be improved. It's something I don't like to, you know, do too often. It's just it's a lot of work, but it is worth it every once in a while. Oh my goodness, my income has shot back up to almost 7,000. Yeah, that feels good. Now that the Mongols are taking territories that used to belong to enemies of mine. Whether it might be Croatia or maybe Venice. I'm not trading with Venice yet, but when they take Venice, I will be trading with them. The Papal States. Naples. What else? I was already trading with Algeria, but now that I have my ceasefire as well, I'm trading with Grenada and Morocco. There's no port in Cordoba. That's so So weird. There should be a port to there. There's a pretty, this place was a pretty big deal in the Middle Ages. Let's see, what else am I trading with? Yeah, Pomerania, I guess I was already trading with that. No, not when the Byzantines held it. No, I wasn't. So yeah, that's good and new for me. Yeah, I guess this too. Yeah, Normandy, Normandy and Provence are two more provinces that I'm trading with because I'm not at war with the rebels, right? I'm still neutral with them. Yep, we still aren't neutral with the rebels. So yeah, that's a decent income. And I will take that ceasefire with the Almohads for now, just to get a bit more, you know, cash in the bank. Because I have a feeling that, as I keep saying, I do sort of foresee a war with the Mongols. But yeah, if I can kind of keep on stacking cash in the meantime, I'll take it. Oh man, the Mongols, they are on a rampage. They just went after Norway. Yeah, wow. Oh, okay, they're going after the Byzantines and the French Crusade in Rome as well. Oh my god. Oh man. These guys, should I be afraid? Let's see, I got rid of the Byzantine priest here in Syria. Yeah, and the Byzantines are going to be retreating into their castle here in Rome. And what's going to happen to the French Crusade? Because they're at war. The Mongols and the French are at war, so I don't know what's going to happen there. Wow, Jesus, where did all those Italians come from? I didn't even think the Italians had that many soldiers. So the Mongols are going to be retreating from Venice. That's interesting. Let's see, I have the highest technology. Yes, okie dokie. Cool. And the Italian Doge has died, but his heir has taken over command of the Italians. Let's see, I'm catching some French assassins here in Palestine. Boo! And I caught a rebel assassin here in Antioch. Yeah, that's always confusing when the rebels have assassins. Military academy is finished here in Egypt. I don't think that does anything. No, that grants discipline. So yes, now my soldiers that are trained in Egypt are going to have the disciplined trait, which is pretty nice. A horse breeders guild. I'm just working on getting that master horse breeder here in Cyrenaica for the +1 valor. And the mastery of time. Huzzah! So there were 12 hours in a day from dawn to dusk. In summer, the hours are long, in winter, short. Time was measured in tomorrows, todays, and yesterdays, but no longer. The clock now strikes out the hours with heavenly regularity, making men work and trade to its fast beat, and work harder as a result. Again, this is another one of those things that I don't think it does anything. Kind of like the banking event thing that it just, yeah, I don't think, yeah, it would be cool if it did, but I don't know if it does. I don't know if the mastery of time means that, you know, now I make more money, you know, or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Hey, a child is born. Yeah, so your ruler's wife has given birth to a son. He will mature in 16 years. Good. The more the merrier. Muhammad Abu Mamun, charismatic leader, so you are not a starred general, so it doesn't really matter. Muhammad as Zafir, secret adultery. So he will be losing piety if that gets discovered, but I don't really mind that because I don't think he's a governor as well. Yeah, you're not a governor, so it doesn't really, your piety doesn't really matter. Do whatever you want. Yeah, man, the Mongols are on a rampage. They take Denmark as well. Holy moly. Yeah, look at that mini map. Jesus. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen them do this well. You know? Oh, and they left the French Crusade alive. Like, come on, guys. Jesus. That's so weird. That's so weird because they are at war, aren't they? Yeah, the French and the Mongols are at war. You take a province that has a crusade of a faction that you are at war with, and then what? You just, like, and I know that we've discussed this. I know one of the viewers was talking about how it's a kind of a different thing for when factions decide to let crusades or jihads pass through their territory. Even if they are at war, they are allowed to do that. I don't think the player is allowed to do that, but I think the AI can do those things. But yeah, this is also weird though, because you're not allowing it to pass through your lands. You're invading territory that's already housing the crusade. It's just kind of like, what? Anyway. There's 123 men in that crusade, so it's not going to be lasting too long, and 142 there. Is that French king still alive, by the way? The 58-year-old at the beginning of the episode, are you still around? Yeah, 66. God damn, dude. Man. Huh. Yeah, I hope... I mean, he's going to be dying soon. He has to die soon. Yeah, I wonder who's going to be next in command of the French Empire here. Now another heir has matured. Prince Khalil has come of age. And he should be a bit better than his older brother. He's 2 stars. Okay, 2-star general. That's not great. Mosque has been finished here in Cyprus. And Privilegio de la Union. The barons of Spain have succeeded in their struggle to limit the king's powers. The king has been forced to hand over hard-won royal privileges and rights, reducing his influence. The nobility, however, see the advantages of supporting the new arrangements, +2 loyalty to all Spanish generals. Oh, interesting. That's like, well, first off, I feel like I've never, I don't know if I've seen this before. This is an interesting one. Also, it's interesting because like these two things kind of like negate the point of this, you know, like influence being linked to general loyalty. I guess there is another consequence of losing influence, which is the fact that it can have your heirs be shitty. So that's another problem with that. But getting +2 loyalty to all generals can help mitigate, you know, the downfall of losing that influence for sure. So that's a kind of an interesting one. Ooh, okay. Prince Khalil, he's a drinker, so -1 command. That's too bad. He would be a 3-star general otherwise. A natural leader, so there you know, would have been some potential with them getting that +2 morale, +1 loyalty. Let's see, you Amir Al-Qaim is a builder, +10 happiness. That is good. What do you got? Loyalty? Yes, at least get some loyalty. You know, this is good. That's fine. That's fine. It's interesting though. My sultan still has only 4 influence. So these 2 sons have come of age, both under 4 influence, and one is way better than the other one. Yeah, that's interesting. That kind of flies in the face of my theory that influence does influence the stats of new heirs who have come of age. Well, as satisfying as it has been to watch the world burn under the Mongol might from the safety of my little corner desert here, I get the feeling that there will be a time where, yeah, there will be a reckoning. You know, that's the feeling that I have. So I'm, you know, I feel like getting that good healthy treasury, you know, it's already pretty healthy, but money can disappear pretty fast once I get my trade routes disrupted, and all of a sudden I'm losing like 10 grand per turn. It can go away pretty fast. So with that in mind, I am training spies now. Ooh, 5 Valor assassins. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, assassins. Yeah, I'm going to get a little stock of 5 Valor assassins ready to go, just so that if the time comes where I need to start picking off Mongolian family members, maybe I can get it done. I don't know how many they have. It's probably a lot, you know. But that's something that I can try to accomplish, is assassinating the Mongol family members. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff. It would be really fun if we ended up fighting. But I kind of, man, I'm just so tempted to let them do their thing first against the Italians and the French, right? Because those are my guys that I need removed from power. But, yeah, maybe, I don't know, waiting for the Mongols to do that. It's hard to say because, you know, if I move my armies right now from my territories, it was different when the Mongols just bordered me to the north, right? Because then I could say, hey, I'm fine, right? I got all this stuff up here. But now that, you know, yeah, the Mongols don't have a lot of stuff in Algeria, but they have a full navy. Like, they can move their stuff around as fast as they want. So if I have, you know, 4 stacks that are isolated in French territory and isolated because there's, you know, a naval war going on, so they can't get those stacks home, then there's a potential for the Mongols to be able to attack my core territories if they defeat any of my navies, and I might not be able to retaliate or, you know, defend my core territories. So that would be very interesting. Yeah, that would be a spicy little thing to happen. But, or maybe they just continue. I mean, we're not even allied, are we? No, we're not even allied. They're just like avoiding me because I'm strong. It's weird though, because when I was playing the Danes and like I was getting ready for them and I was loading up Novgorod and Lithuania with stacks, like I had like I had like 10 stacks in both provinces, and they both just went right for me instead of attacking like the Poles or Hungarians or the Byzantines, or, you know, they just went straight for my 10 stack provinces, you know, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Just avoid me, you know? Here it seems like they are avoiding me. It's interesting. It's interesting to see this. So in any case, that is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Kind of Step playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.